Hi, Dave. I'm from Pharma Caring Company.
Hello, I'm Ricardo. I'm from Super Pharma Company.
Thanks for coming. That we finally sit down to understand how we can make use of the 10,000 Oxipouco, right?
Yeah, it's so interesting that well, the government is actually providing the source, and so we can produce whatever we require in our companies for the future of the people. So so I don't know, what have you thought? What are your thoughts for this production?
Well, I would first interested to know why you need the Oxipouco for.
So our company has developed pharmaceutical to help the Alzheimer disease. So we're in the third stage already, and the plan is to use this product to, like, it would become like the most important stuff we require for this medicine. So we were aiming to help a lot of people with this product.
I think we're in the same boat, but that we are not developing something cure for Alzheimer.
Yes.
We are developing something for more life-threatening disease. Like Alzheimer kills people, but takes years, right? So we are basically developing a drug, pharmaceuticals,
Yes.
for leukemia. Leukemia can kill people within months, if not years. It's quite quick to kill people. We are already in the start of the phase 3 trial as well, and we already patented our technology. So what we need is Oxipouco, so that we can run our tests, our trials on our patients, so we can quickly progress to FDA approval.
Okay. Well, that sounds very interesting. And also, in our case, the patent is about to be freed, so we are getting the patent also for selling this drug, and for being the people who can sell the drug with this compound, which is like Oxipouco. So I guess we both require this. I don't know. Do you require the total amount or for your production, or you require something else?
I guess we're on the same boat.
We're on the same boat, so we both require the same. Okay, so it's either we achieve an agreement here, both of us, just before the meeting with the governor.
Otherwise, we have to compete for it.
Otherwise, we have to compete for it, plus other people, they will open the bidding to the public. So it's not only going to be us. So that's an issue. So, well, then this becomes a little bit more complicated, but let's see. For example, in your case, when do you think you require this, the Oxipouco?
Well, we need it this year. So
you need it this year.
Do you have any time requirements, or?
Yes.
What if you get it next year? Does it help you, or you have to this year?
I have to have it this year because we are gonna start the production. So yes, I require it this year. Same as you.
If I could pay you to defer a project, we will take my offer, or you have to say how much money you are willing to take in order to turn away from this proposal. Like, we could collude, or we could come up with a proposal to share the resources, and you could resell some of the things to me at a cost that you find convenient.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. But the only thing is that, okay, if you get, for example, I don't know, let's say half of it, then I would get the other half, and then I would sell it to you at a higher price. You were saying that?
Yeah, that could be possible if there is an option.
Mm-hmm.
Everything has a price, right?
Yeah, of course. So that could be an option. Or I don't know. What else? 10,000 per year. The issue is I actually don't know what the price would be like to the market. What the price of the medicine to the market would be. So for me, it's complicated at this moment to tell you a price. But I agree that we can get to something. What about you buying a portion of the Oxipouco, and then my company buys the other part straight from the government, and we produce ourselves our medicines. Like each one produces their own medicine. Because I don't think I can just sell it afterwards.
So it comes to the point where that both of us have difficulties convincing our own company to give up the project. It's just too much stakes to give up for the moment. Now it makes sense for us to discuss whether you want to understand whether we should share in the prices, sharing the proposal right now, or you want to go for the open bid. Right. Since we have some differences still to understand who to get in. So since both of us are up for it right now, do you think we should actually agree on the price on the proposal? We should go for it later, open bidding. Right? If we are going to give the proposal to a company, it means that none of us going to meet our quota for the research, the enough amount for the research. But how much are we willing to pay, like in the proposal?
How much am I willing to pay?
Yeah. Like you have to agree that. Right?
Yeah. But
you have to pay the same price if we are doing the proposal. If you are going for open bidding, apparently we don't have to share the information, or don't have to agree.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. But for example, the minimum bid that the government set is 4,000 euros per fruit. But I
don't know. I think maybe 80 is a good number. 8,000.
8,000. Because if we spend 8,000, that would mean each of us would be spending the same amount.
Definitely,
of course.
If you're going to propose.
Very good, yeah. But then we can go a lot lower if we decide here to lower that to get the $4,000 price.
How lower do you think we should go?
4,000.
4,000?
Because I think the government is just trusting at this moment both of our companies only. So I think that they are willing to sell the Oxipouco only to us.
To me, I don't care how much it costs me. To me, I think what matters to me is, for my first mission, the first and foremost mission is to get the thing.
Yeah.
So I'm willing to spend as much as I want to get Oxipouco. So I might run into risk of overspending, but 8,000 is something I could be able to afford. And I think it is reasonable in a way that if we have 8,000 on the proposal, that we will be able to, I don't know, enter into a proposal that government be convinced, so that later it doesn't go to the bidding stage. Or let's say if you are not willing to pay 8,000, I could get more of it, right? So let's say maybe we can talk to the government saying that we are paying for 6,000, but I could pay you to get slightly more all of it. We don't have to go for 50-50. I can pay more. Like I could pay you more so that we can go for 6,000 or 4,000. I can pay you at 6,000, so you can give a bit more share to me, something like that. Because I'm fine with 8,000 either way.
Mm-hmm. So
like I get more forks, you get more money, and we don't necessarily need, by developing our camera, you don't necessarily need 10,000. I mean you need, but now none of us are happy with. No,
yeah,
because
my company has to pay for the
yeah.
patents that
Yeah,
we are
exactly.
running, and also
Yeah.
to get to this medicine. It took so many years of research, so we still have to pay that.
Of course. So what I'm thinking is that since I'm so willing to pay 8,000, and you're suggesting, I think it makes a lot of sense that I think it doesn't make sense to pay that more.
Mm-hmm.
I could pay you 4,000 difference for something that you've given to me. Like, you can take, let's say, 30-40% of the Oxipouco, and you can resell another 20% to me. So I'm paying you more money.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Either us or not, I don't know. We don't know like what exactly our company needs, right?
Yeah.
10,000 is pretty much they are saying it. Maybe you need less. Maybe I need more. That's why I have more budget. I'm not sure. Yeah. So I was just thinking that maybe we can do that. Either us not achieving the objective, final objective anyway. You can't bring 10,000 to your company. I couldn't either. So why don't we make the max out of it? So I'm just saying, I'm giving you more, and you give me some Oxipouco. So let's just, or either way we can. I still trying to get a sense how much you are willing to spend, because this is your card, you won't be showing to me. But I'm saying that since I'm willing to spend slightly more, at least since for the time being, does that mean that you actually, the company actually, from my end, needed more than you do? Or in a way that you could look at the big picture and optimize the profit for the time being, not so much of the Oxipouco. I'm not sure.
At the end, yes, the main issue is not actually making profit out of this negotiation. Also, my company is willing to spend more money to get that the Oxipouco in our hands. So the thing here is either we divide the Oxipouco here, or we just go to war.
Yeah. Which is worse. It could be worse.
It could be worse, because at the end it could be like none of us get that, and another pharma company gets that. So.
Or I'm be more concerned that we actually paid more than we actually have to pay.
That's also another thing. Yeah, and so I think both need a product like really madly. I don't know what would be better for my company or your company. What about if you keep, okay, what about if you get 30% of the Oxipouco and I get 70% of the Oxipouco, and then we bid for the lowest price to the government?
Oh, that's even worse. Right? I haven't spent all my money, and I got less. I'm sure if I go back, I'll be scolded. So I may even risk losing my job, because I'm basically the person who had to be held responsible for procurement for this.
Yes.
And this is the probably one and only blockbuster drug from the company for the coming 3 or 5 years, calling to my department. So it's something that's quite important.
So what do you suggest? What would be a better option?
Since that we can't agree on the quantity, there's no way we have to go by the 50-50. Or, I mean, it seems that de facto you have rejected my offer by getting less of it. And maybe we should go by 50-50.
We can go by 50-50.
Or you're willing to give me a bit more and then compensate the price. You could do that. Depends on how you want to arrange it. Well, I can't go lower than 50-50. what if I tell my boss that your company gets more than 50% equity, fire on the spot? No way.
Yeah, same in my case. Like as a vice president, I really want to become the president of the company, so I can't risk it. I can't risk it. We can do 50-50, I think, instead of going to war with other pharma companies.
Well, I'm still concerned
then-
that I may be more deep pocket than you. I can spend more. So
I think I can spend that quite a bit.
in that sense, that if you go to war, that there is also a possibility that I can spend more than you do. Like
Yeah,
in the
same,
end, in the end, maybe both of us are getting less than 50%, but I'm still getting more than you.
Yeah. What? Okay. Let's do something. Let's buy like a 50-50 from the government, and then after that we decide if the other company wants to, like, if it's better for the other company to buy the extra Oxipouco from the other one. You know what I mean?
Yeah. We can even do like cross divide.
So we can do a trade afterwards, just to at least get in our hands the entire quantity the government is willing to produce for the entire year, and then
we'll see how it goes.
we see how it goes.
I think we need to understand how the patent development is working for my company. Maybe let's say your company can have a little bit less this year, and then we can strike a deal. Either we can we can have some compensation for each other, or we can actually like combine the research. Maybe do something going on. We can save on the Oxipouco, so we don't spend that much.
Yeah.
Something along the lines of patent sharing or something like co-development.
At the end, we are the only two companies that are
In large need of
like in
resources.
large need, yes. So, and the only place that they can produce the Oxipouco is in the Amazon. So there's no way this thing will be produced elsewhere. So it's better if we reach a deal like this, and then so that we can survive in the future.
Of course, I mean it's better than going to war,
Yes,
right? But I don't know.
we can use that extra money that we didn't spend into some other research, or maybe, as you mentioned earlier, combine the research, like to find other alternatives in the future. I don't know. What do you think?
Living means no option. I think we have to.
So 50-50, and we do that to the government, and then the minimum bid is set at 4,000 per fruit. So we go for that.
Yeah, sure. Do that.
So that's an agreement.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Nice
So,
deal with it.
Nice dealing with you.
I'm having a feeling.